Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. I just want to give you guys a quick fix tip if you guys have this issue. This is essentially a no crank, no start issue, and essentially you don't really hear much of anything when you try to start it. It's just a no crank, not even a click for most of the time. And what happens is when you start turning the key, you may see lights on the dash, but when you go to start it all the way to crank it, what happens is all the lights on your dash would just cut out. You get no lights on your dash whatsoever. And if you actually turn the key back and try to restart it again, you probably get like zero power. You get no lights at all to begin with, and you won't get any lights when you try to crank it over. If you guys have that situation, I had this situation about a week ago after I changed out the battery. Just want to give you guys this quick tip on what to look for. You guys should definitely check your battery terminals, because for the most part, if you guys have this situation, a lot of the time it's because of either corrosion on the terminals, or you just swapped out your battery and you didn't tighten the terminals tight enough, or B, even maybe the wire that's connected to the connector, the connector to the cable. Sometimes there's just a bad connection. Some connectors, some positive negative connectors has a screw in where you actually screw the wire into the connector, and a lot of times that could be loose, so you definitely want to check that out. But in a lot of these situations, the problem isn't the battery itself. There's a possibility that there could be a bad battery. You might want to check out the voltage of the battery, but 99% of the time, this happens either after you change your battery, or this happens after you disconnected the battery and then reconnect it, but you didn't tighten the connectors, and there might be some corrosion that you didn't clean off, and maybe there's corrosions between the little holes in the connector, and you might have to clean that corrosion off. So that's pretty much what I did. I used a metal wire brush, cleaned the corrosion off the connectors, made sure that the connector is securely connected to the cable itself, and that there's no play in between, that it's not loose whatsoever. And after doing all that, popped it on, and it started up as normal. Start up without any problem whatsoever. Now, I just want to give you guys a little background on why it does that, where you could get some lights on the dash when you first put the key in and turn it to the on position, but when you try to crank it, you get nothing. Essentially, what happens is when you put the key in, you turn it to the on position, there's enough of a connection where there's enough power that'll power on the lights on the dash. But once you turn the key to the crank position, what happens is enough of the power gets drawn out to the starter that it essentially kills off any power to any other portion, or runs it essentially, what's the correct term for this, it essentially eats up the power to the point where when you turn to the crank position, all the power that could be generated goes to the starter. It doesn't, there's not enough power to start the starter, but you're not going to have enough power to there's not going to be enough power to power any of the lights on the dash. So that's why when you turn to the crank position, or the lights go off. All right, and then when you try to start again, there's just not enough power in that connection to actually even power the lights on. So if that makes any sense to you guys. But in any case, that's kind of relevant, because the fix is to just it's a loose terminal issue. It's a corroded terminal issue. For the most part, it's an electrical issue. It could possibly be the battery. You definitely want to check out the battery to make sure that the battery is at the correct voltage. But most of the time, it's either because you just swapped out the battery and didn't connect the cables, didn't screw in the cables tight enough, or B, there's just corrosion on the cables, and you got to clean off the connection, because that connection, that corrosion is essentially putting a barrier between connecting the battery from the cable to the battery, and it's the lack of surface area in that connection actually kills off a lot of the electricity to any other parts of the car. Anyway, hope this has helped you guys out. If you guys have any comments, any of your own personal experiences with this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Might help somebody else out. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up and all that good stuff. Right, guys, take care.